In this video, I'm going to show you how to format your keywords into questions that will attract a lot of traffic into your system. Now before I do this, I need to kind of explain a little bit of how this is going to work. I may have done this in another video, but I'd like to do it here just to make sure that we're all on the same page here so you can understand what is going on. So what I'm going to do is just use a little drawing tool here. If I could find it. One moment. Here we go. Okay. So the idea is this. What you want to do is we've already created these set of keywords here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create these keywords, and we already created the keywords. We're going to take these keywords and create questions. Now these questions have to focus on solving a problem, okay? Solving a problem that your product will solve. That's really important. The questions have to solve a problem that your product will solve. And that's how we're going to be sort of attracting and siphoning out extremely targeted leads from Google. And we're going to use the Google alert system. So what we do is we create these questions and then we stick it into the Google alert system. We'll just put a big A there. So these questions are going to go out and, you got to understand what a Google alert is before you can kind of understand the whole system, of course. Now think of a Google alert just like going to Google, searching in the Google search engine, and the results that come up. That's what a Google alert will do. You simply create an alert, and what we're going to do is create an alert using the questions. So here's an alert. For example, I'm just going to draw a line for an alert, and maybe another line for another alert, and this one for another alert. And these alerts are going to be questions, okay? And the question, an example of a question would be, how do I get web traffic? You see, I use that keyword, how do I get web traffic? And Google will go out and look inside of its search engine, and it will send you results to an email address. Okay? For every question that we create. So what Google is doing is automatically sending you a Google alerts, where they're just search results from the search engine, but it does it automatically for you, so you don't have to go and search Google all the time. And it sends it to an email address. And the idea is you want to create these questions to try and find people that need help. Most importantly, they want to find a solution, but your product provides that solution. So we're just kind of doing like mining out really targeted leads for people that need your help and will buy your product. That's the whole idea of this system. So let's continue here. If I just delete that, how do I get rid of that thing here? There we go. Let's just continue into creating the questions, and as we go, you'll probably understand more. So here we go. So taking the set of keywords that we generated, these are highly targeted keywords that get a lot of traffic based on all the Google keyword tools that we did in another video. So you have to watch that video to see how I created this particular set of keywords. And this keywords was for an example that I came up with for say I had a product that will give you free web traffic. So that's sort of the solution that my imaginary product will provide, and I came up with these keywords. So the next step that we want to do is take each keyword. So I'm just going to take this keyword, web traffic, and we want to formulate this into questions, just like I said, but you got to do it exactly like this, okay? Now here's one of the questions you need to do. This is very common. How can I get web traffic? That's a question, right? Here's another one. Where can I get web traffic? So the idea here is you have to try and put yourself in the position of someone who is a potential customer. Okay, sorry, I'm getting all flabbergasted here. Let me try this again. All right. Try to put yourself in a position of someone who's actually going to buy your product, okay? And they need your product or service to solve their problem. So you need to think of logical questions that they might ask in order to, solve their problem. And that's what I'm doing here. So let me just continue. How about this? An easy way to get web traffic. What's the fastest way to get web traffic? But you see that at each one of these questions, my main keyword is contained inside of that question. That's important. So here's what you want to do. You also want to do this. For each question, I recommend having one maybe that's plain, just like this, and then take this exact text and copy it again, and then add a question mark and double quotes around the entire thing. Now you can put a question mark up in this one too, but what's the difference between these two? Okay, according to Google, if you just type this into Google, okay, let's just copy this and take you right over to Google here. Okay, put that in there and hit the enter key. Now what it's doing is Google has went out and searched in its index of all the billions of websites it has indexed in its search engine, and it looked for all of the web pages that contain any of these words. Doesn't matter which one. How can I get web or traffic? Doesn't matter which one. As you can see here, the first one that came up, it found web traffic. It found the word web. Now, if I put a question mark and put double quotes around it, now what Google is going to do is go out and look for this exact combination of those words, including the question mark. Take a look at this. It found this web page here. How can I get web traffic to adult dating website? I'm not going to click on that because that's probably not appropriate in this video. But down here, how can I web traffic reports? How can I get web traffic? Another one there. But you see the idea? So what a Google alert will do, it will go out and keep track of anytime someone lists a page on the internet that has this exact question inside of that page or article or anything, you're going to get an email from Google saying, hey, look, someone is asking this question, basically. That's what's going to be happening here. And what does that tell you? Well, what it's doing, it's basically mining out people that are interested in getting their problem solved. Well, guess what? Your product solves their problem. It's a one-to-one perfect match for a buying customer that you need in your online business. And that's kind of what Google Alerts is going to do for you. This is what the system is going to do for you. So let's continue on here. And you want to do this for each and every one of your keywords that we created here. And try as many different alternatives as you can think of. Now, in the next part here, obviously you can see this is going to take a while. Let me show you a way to make this a little quicker for you so that you're not wasting so much time trying to come up with your questions. So let's do that next. In a separate video, I talked about a keyword tool. It was just free. It's called the Revenue Wire Keyword Manager tool. Like I said in the other video, I don't really remember where I got it from. It's free, it doesn't matter. But I did upload it to one of my kind of servers here that you can get it. Now I know this is long and ugly, but it's the best I can do. What you want to do is go to this website here. I'll say it out for you. clone4success.s3.amazonaws/downloads/keyword manager setup.zip. And you can see here that the beginning of each word is a capital letter. I think you got to keep that. You know what? Let's go test it right now. I want to see. So I'm just bringing up Firefox here. Go in there, and let's just make that lower letter. I just want to see if this works, and I like to show everyone. So you see, it doesn't work. That's why I mentioned you got to keep that capital. There we go. Now it downloads. All right, just to let you know if you have a problem, it's probably what's happening. You have to keep those first letters capitalized and the rest lowercase, and it's a zip file. Now, if you don't know how to extract a zip file, I also showed that in that other video, but if you don't, I recommend getting 7-zip.org. Go get that software. It's free. Download it, install it, and then when you come to a zip file, let me show you here. Here's that keyword manager actually. All you got to do is once you've installed 7-zip, you just right click, 7-zip, extract here, and that's it. And you do that, it just extracts it. There it is. Double click this Keyword Manager and install it. Now after you do that, it's already installed on my computer, so I'm not going to do it again. After you do that, you'll see an icon on your desktop that looks like this. Double click that to bring up the software. Alright, now it's installed here. Go to Wrap, and this is where the magic happens. So let's go back to our keywords. And there's a few different ways you can do it. This is one way. You can just select all of these keywords, right click, copy. This is just in a regular notepad editor. To get to the notepad on your computer, if you got a PC, all you do is you go Start, Programs, Accessories, and Notepad, like that. Okay? I'm just going to keep that open for a second. We're going to use it actually. And then, so I went over to this file here, and remember I select them all, and I right-click, copy. Now go over here, right-click, and paste. Now here's the magic. What you want to do is you want to wrap stuff around these. Check this out. I'm going to go double quote, how to get space. Make sure there's space at the end there. Now go over here, question mark, double quote, wrap. Pretty neat, eh? It wraps around this at the beginning and that at the end. So you make your questions obviously a lot faster. Now some of these are not going to make sense, so you need to go through these and make sure they make sense. And don't worry, it's very simple. How to get web traffic? You just look real quickly. How to get site web traffic? How to get web traffic? Blah blah blah. How to get? That doesn't make sense. Take that out. I'd get more. How to get? Take that out. See, it's pretty quick. How to get web traffic? How to build? Gotta get best. Get web traffic. That's it. Select all this, right click, copy. This new file we opened up, I'm just going to paste it in here. Go File. I'm going to save this as, in our little folder that we were working in, I'm going to save it as, let's call it Alerts. These are going to be our Google Alerts. So call it Alerts. And then we just continue with the other different variations of the questions I was mentioning. So where can I get, an easy way to, the fastest way. You know, it takes some kind of playing around and just come up with as many questions as you can possibly think of. It doesn't matter how many you make. Well, actually it does. The more you make, the more potential leads and traffic you're getting. But take a look at these questions. You can't get any more targeted than this. How can I get web traffic? If your product teaches people how to get free web traffic on the internet, do you think they're going to be interested? Well, of course they are. Google is going to be sending you leads, and it's true. Within 15 minutes, they send you leads. Like if there's anything that shows up in a search engine within 15 minutes of doing its indexing and all that, from the time you put a Google alert into the alert system, you get those emails from Google. And what Google is giving you, usually what happens is these questions, Google will find them in forums, or let's say Yahoo Answers, or social bookmarking sites, might even find it on Twitter, all these different places. And the idea is once Google tells you where your leads are, you go get them. You go out to those forums. You go out and you do a little bit of interacting with these potential leads, and that's how you get the traffic. But the most important thing is the traffic that's coming to your site. Yes, you got to do a little bit of work to get them to your site. Number one, it's completely free. It doesn't cost you a single penny. Not only that, the people that are coming to your site, they are so targeted that it's almost like they're going to hand over the money to you. I know it sounds pretty hypey, and I'm kind of excited right now. I'm talking about it, but seriously, you're talking about people that are looking for that solution that your product is providing. So it's kind of a no-brainer. Especially if you have a lead capture page where you're just capturing people's names and emails and then you're selling your product to them over and over again. They're obviously interested, so they're going to enter their name and email, join your mailing list, and then you can continue to market to them with your product over time. And traditionally, from email marketing, I found you got to send at least 5 to 10 emails to someone before they can take action. So it does take a bit, but you just use autoresponder services like aweber.com to manage all that stuff. So there you have it. That's basically how you create your keyword-rich questions that are designed specifically to send extremely targeted leads into your business. So I'm just going to stop here, and this will be my my little example file for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.